class in Python is like a blueprint for creating objects, and we're gonna discuss that today. So in this example, we have a class person. So typically a class will have a method called init. So we're gonna define it here, and then we use two underscores and then init, and then two underscores like this, and then we open parentheses and put self inside, right? And this method is called a constructor. It runs every time we create a new person. And then here, what we want to do is create a name for the person, right? So we can put a name, and then let's say age. Then what you're gonna do is self.name equals name, and then self.age equals age. So a class defines the attributes and methods that the objects created from it will have, right? So we can create a function here because each person eventually will end up, for example, introducing themselves. So we can create a function called introduce like this, and then self, and then semicolon like this. And then we can simply return a formatted string, and then f like this, and then let's say hi, I am, and then curly brackets, and then self.name, and I am, and then we can put the age here, the same way we did for the name, and then years old. And let's create another function. Let's say we want to have a birthday, and then that means the age will increase, so we can do self.age plus equals 1, right? And then we can return some string, so let's say happy birthday, and then we can put their name, right? And then we can say you are now self.age years old. Now, all of this is not used yet. So let's get out of the class, and then we're gonna create a new person. So each object known as an instance can have a unique values for its attributes. Because for example, each will have his own name and each person will have his own age. So now we're gonna create a person, and then you just do person, and then you can specify the name, let's say Alice in this example, and then we can specify the age. It's that simple. And now we can create another person. So let's say person 2, and then let's say Bob, and then let's say Bob is 25 years old. Now, if we run this, nothing's gonna happen yet because we're not calling any of the functions for the person, right? But the person will exist in the memory. And now let's actually do that. If you do person1, for example, dot introduce, you still have to print it, right? Because it's returning a string. So person1 dot introduce, and then let's do the same thing for the person2. And now this should print something, and then we can run the code to get the output. So you can see here, it's the same sentence as this one, and we replace the name with the actual name of the person, and the same thing for the age. Now let's close this. Now let's simulate a birthday, for example, for Alice. So print person1, then let's say today's the birthday of Alice, right? And then we call it like this. And what do you think the output will be in this case? Let's run it again. So we still have the two sentences from before, and then happy birthday, Alice, you are now 31 years old, because we increased the age of Alice right here. Yeah, and that's pretty much it for classes. There is much more you can learn, but these are the basics you need to know. And we're gonna dive into more details in other videos. Thank you for watching, and subscribe for more.